watching Hex News. What is up, Hexicans? How's it going, everybody? Great Saturday morning with you, and we've got some special guests, very close to my heart. Some very close to my heart special guests today. We got David Feder and David Feder.
Make me feel so fancy.
We were talking about that earlier. We're like, I hope he doesn't take offense to his call, but because that's how I see it. That's how I see it. I don't know why.
Oh, it's so good. Oh yeah, man. It's like royalty.
Wait, how do you say it? How do you say it?
So feeder.
Oh,
we've been saying like Monsieur David Feder.
David David.
Perfect.
Yeah, we're gonna make statues of you and everything.
Oh man, dude, thank you so much. This is like I don't even know what to say right now. I'm like starstruck, man. I'm on the Hexo show. Are you freaking kiddting me? Like
you're on
oh
the
my
yes,
God.
yes. It's a great time. It's a great time. I
feel the same way.
Me and David, we met.
I get to talk to
we
David
met in Vegas for the first time. Not we've talked before that, but dude, you're like crazy tall. I have a picture of you. You're like, how tall are you? Like 6'3"?
Yeah, 6'3". Yeah.
Jeez. Really?
Yeah. Yeah, me and you, we're about the same size. You're 6'3" as well, right?
No, I'm 6 foot. I'm 6 foot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
We're like the same build. I mean,
I'm
you're
like
like
5'11".
buffer.
5'11" to 6 foot. You know those.
He's a stocky boy. He's like a running back build. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I couldn't even put my arm around him. Yeah, he's like right next to me. It's like, damn, dude, you were thick.
He's a wide boy. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a semi truck.
He's a wide load.
So yeah, we met in Vegas. I mean, we didn't get him talked for too long because it was everybody wanted to meet with everybody. It was everybody wanted to talk with everybody. You know, it was like, "Hi, how are you?" And then you had to go to the next person. It was just so many people.
Yeah.
I'm sure
that
you
was
had
picture day. Like we were taking pictures outside. Yeah, that was awesome.
So I mean, it was really good meeting you back then. And there's been, I mean, when was that?
Early March.
Yeah, and Pulsechain still.
Did not expect this. Yeah, did not think it would take this long at all. And this is a shock.
Yeah, and you're like the head honcho. You're the top validator. I always tell people to go and when we looked at Pulsechain, I said go vote for David because
thank you.
He needs fed. He's the fedder. He's the fedder guy.
I appreciate that a lot.
He's getting federated here at the Hexo show.
Because
that's got to be weird, is to be the top validator for something that hasn't launched yet, and then like, what's going to happen when it launches? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
dude, totally. I know.
There's so many.
Yeah, that's like what this is what I've been preparing for, right? Like as soon as Richard announced the proof of stake, and he's like, "Hey, you just have to run a server." I was like, "Holy shit, that's easy! I do that all day for work." Like, are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
On the testnet right now, most of the blocks are empty. So we're not mining a lot of pulse. But when mainnet comes out, if those blocks get filled, even if they're spammers, all the validators and everybody who votes for them, dude, we might be mining more pulse than people think.
Really?
We might make a bunch.
Really? Because I've heard it's like, the opposite, where it's,
right now it is.
You're not going to make any money. You're just going to kind of, people even running a server are actually going to end up paying more than their mining or whatever. So do you think that will happen? Or
on the test net right now, that is true. I've been mining for almost a year on the test net. I've made 100 pulse. I've gotten more from the faucet just clicking for free. Like it's bad.
Yeah,
it's real bad right now. Like we ain't mining shit. Like I spent a couple grand on servers and a firewall. I bought all this crap to do it. But like, I don't expect to get a return on that money for like a long time. This is like a passion play more than like I want to get rich.
Yeah,
right. That's true. It's
a pretty unique flex to have. You know what I mean?
That is true. Yeah, and you're like the first and the biggest. Like, dude, that's like celebrity
Pulse,
status.
Like, dang, that's what I'm saying. Once it launches, and if it does half of what people expect, it's like, good lord.
That's what I'm hoping, man. That's
they
what
will
I'm
be
praying
calling
for,
you.
Dude.
Mr.
This is going to be insane. I didn't expect to get number one. Some whale walked up and just voted like 200 billion pulse to me one day, like out of the blue.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
dude.
Wow.
Insane.
Hey,
So
Hey, Align the Light. Thank you for the 55 NOK. I don't know if that is that North Korean dollars. I don't know what that is, but
No,
thank you for the
Norwegian.
55.
thanks for the nickel.
Thank you very much.
we got the North Korean Richard Hart, if that's what it is. So
I love that picture.
North Korean glamour shot.
It is.
I want one of those.
Oh, dude, I was FaceTiming with my mom, and I was right here, and she's met Richard, but she thought he was she's older generation and met Richard. She's just like, so you're into what now? You're hanging out with that guy. Richard came with like a huge chain on with this huge jacket. He's just like, and then so I'm like FaceTiming her, and I'm like, yeah, blah blah blah. She's like, what is that on your wall? And I was like, oh,
You're like, what it is.
And I was like, it's a picture of Richard, and she's like, that's weird. And I was like, it's just a joke. It's just for fun. And she's just like, because she thinks that I'm.
You were raised to have like a Jesus instead of.
Jesus, like a Jesus picture or something. Yeah. So she was like,
well, that's our glorious leader.
Yeah, I should have set up the candles and everything around it.
A shrine. Because I mean, you heard him on Kitco. He's gonna make his own country in like 7 years.
That's
so
true.
Hey, man, he will be the glorious leader one day.
It's a reasonable, the general steps he kind of gave.
Yeah. The only question I have is which country does he want to carve out that economic zone where we get like Hexaco City? Like where's he gonna pick? That's the real question.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you for the Norway. Okay,
yeah,
thank you,
nice.
Align the Night. That was very kind of you. Yeah. We're just joking with the North Koreans.
Well,
we don't want to take any money from the North Koreans because man, I'd feel bad.
Yeah, they should buy some Hex.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
So Pulsechain updates. What is I'm sure you do this every time. Everybody always is like, hey, what's the update? What's the update? Everybody comes for you for the airdrops, the updates. You become the man that is we all
Oracle.
have to listen to the Oracle. Yeah. We all have to be like, did David say it's okay? Is it okay? Did David say it's okay? So we have to come to you.
Yeah, I'm totally cool with being the first lemmings that jumps off the cliff. I'm down with that. Like no problem.
Okay.
So right now Pulsechain's kind of quiet. There's no big updates yet. It's been a couple months since the latest big version. Right. So right now we're just cruising. Behind the scenes, Richard's got those 2 dev teams, and they actually have 2 private versions of the Pulsechain network that we can't even see. They're like behind the scenes hidden. And they're attacking them. They're testing them. They're testing like what happens when you fill the blocks. What happens when you DDoS spam attack the servers. Like they're trying all these hacks to see if they can break it, and then they fix it. So that's all behind the scenes, and like even I can't see what's going on with those guys. That's all private.
So how are they doing it private like that without any of the validators? Do they have their own kind of like game theory of validators,
like bonus features and stuff?
Yeah, I think in the Amazon cloud, like the AWS.com, that's where Richard's developers build the servers, and that's where they build the private networks, but only they can connect because it's like protected by the firewall. So it's just a playground for them. We can't see it. So that's what they're doing. That's how they're testing it. So it's not on the GitLab. We don't really see what's into it.
Hey, thank you, Pulsepot with the 720 DKK. Thanks for bringing the legend of the community, David Fidere. Keep it up, Hexo. Lots of love from Pulsepot team. Hey, thanks, bro. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
720 DKK.
DKK
And then
Donkey Kong coins.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of gaming you gotta do for that Donkey Kong.
We'll never get through those.
You gotta throw Diddy up there a few times to get those extra Donkey Kong coins. Has everyone heard about Hexologist 30-cent Speedo challenge? I haven't heard of that, Jerry, but if that's what you need, if that's what you guys need, I will put anything on.
If a Speedo challenge was what you want for Hexo, I've got lots of old pictures.
Oh yeah, I've got a naked bathroom
challenge
that I've done.
Yeah, I may have a Christmas dance with chaps. I may have all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Don't hack into that guy's computer.
Yeah, maybe I'm telling you a joke. That may or may not be true.
So yeah, I mean, So what's the biggest thing that you see that not a lot of people are talking about with Pulsechain that is like you're really excited for?
The gas fees and the speed.
Yeah.
Because what I was doing the ICOSA testnet the other night, and man, it's just so quick. It's so fast. It's so snappy. You say stake, 3 seconds later, bing, done, and it costs you like dust, like literally nothing. So that's what I'm so pumped for, dude. This will be a game changer. Like people with like $100, they'll be able to make like a hex stake ladder with $100,
right?
No problem, right? Like once they get into Pulsechain, obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, it's gonna be so awesome. I'm so bullish. I'm so excited. It's gonna just kick ass, dude.
And that's the thing. I don't see a lot of people excited about anything anymore. They're very much like, yeah, when it comes out, but it's like, guys, you should be excited that when this thing does come out, it's gonna be crazy amazing. And like, right now, sure, it's not the whole thing, it's being delayed, but I would rather something be delayed and be awesome than something that's just thrown at us and then in a few weeks we have to shut it down because we got the DDoS attacks or whatever happens to it, and then it's like, well, we should have waited those extra couple of weeks or months or whatever. So
absolutely, because we do not want to pull a Solana, right? Like
exactly.
There's no going offline with Pulsechain because we got it's a lot of money. We like, this is important to us. This is going to change lives again.
Yep. Yeah, we're not the new video game era where it's like, hey, we'll just update it. We'll update it with afterwards. Don't worry, we'll put out this game, and then the game sucks, and so they're like, let's just update it and update it for the next 2 years. Yeah, patch it. Exactly. Yeah. Hey, Cosdy, David Feather. Yeah, David Feather. Thank you for the Canadian $10, bro. It's very kind of you. So much love today. So you guys are great. And look at this, 5.3 cents. We're doing great on the price. It's very nice. We were up to 5.6, I think, at some point. So things are starting to look it up.
I have kind of a question for you, just an opinion question, because I still consider myself in the Hex community as kind of a crypto white belt, like when Hexo and I talk. You know what I mean? In the crypto community, I'm probably at least a high purple belt, but in the Hex community, I'm still probably a white belt when you consider everybody that's involved, But like,
if you listen to Richard, you already, it's like college
Richard's
level.
Crypto. He's like he's like one of those coral belts.
And once you can start understanding him, you're like, oh, geez, this guy is really, But that's what like you said, you're a white belt in the Hex community, but a purple belt
in the Hex dojo. I'm a white belt. But in the rest of the fight game, I feel like I'm at least a low brown belt, high purple belt kind of range.
I agree.
But as far as Pulse goes, all the ERC20 holders because let's face it, there's going to be some that love Richard and then some that are anti-Richard, but they're still going to get a copy of their coins. Is there a possibility that their coins on Pulse become worth more than their coins on Ethereum?
Yes, but only if their community supports it and wants it.
Interesting.
So the biggest example I could think of, which is like a complete speculation, is Decentraland. And they got that Mana coin. And it's like that video game where you buy virtual land and stuff. Pulsechain could literally fix that game. They could literally make it a vibrant, great community. You can buy your NFTs and your in-game items for real cheap. And that could bring it to life if they support the Pulsechain and fully go cut over. It could. Other coins that don't support it, like Chainlink, I've heard, is not going to come over and support it.
Really?
The P Chainlink will just go to fucking zero. Just like dump that shit because nobody's going to use it for anything.
Interesting. Okay.
Decentraland was one of those that even when the gas fees for us were a penny or 50 cents, I remember talking to Dollar Cost Crypto, and he was like, these gas fees are going to get crazy because I'm playing Decentraland and it's $10 already a transaction, and this was when we were getting 10 cents to like 40 cents. And we were like, because at first when Hex came out, when nobody was using Ethereum, it was a penny. Everybody remembers the penny Ethereum days. And then it was like 10 cents and people were like, like, what the hell? I'm having to pay a 20-cent fee. What's going on here? And then it went up to $1 and then people but the price of Hex was going up at the time. So we all didn't care. But when the price was getting at 30-40 cents and it's $600 or $2,000 to unstake,
and you got it into stake, and you're like,
yeah, you're like, geez, dude, this is actually taking some profit here. If like even if you made $100,000 or $200,000, it's taking 1% of your money at $2,000.
You already got to worry about taxes.
Yeah, and yes, you're just paying a fee on Ethereum, and then you have to send that Ethereum somewhere, and then it's like, okay, I just spent $2,500 unstaking, trying to sell it, and everything else is just, yeah, it's bad over in Ethereum. It's bad.
It really is. It really is, because it was a penny, and then Pulsechain will bring us back to those glory days, and I think we'll even be able to enjoy it for like maybe a year or two, where it'll just be like dirt ass cheap, like it doesn't matter, and then 3, 4, 5 years from now, once Pulsechain starts to become more popular, the price goes up, the gas will get higher, it'll get more filled. But if you sacked and you got a bag, like same thing, you won't give a shit because you'll be so rich, it won't matter at that point.
Do you think with that, with the fees, you know, like Ethereum is always inflating, so the fees I feel like are going to, because Pulse isn't going to inflate anymore, it's a deflationary coin. So the fees are going to go like astronomical faster, I think, because I mean, how long has Ethereum been out? 6 years, 7 years, or something like that. And so it's like, and it's inflating, and the Pulse is deflating. You know, so it's doing it. I think the fees are going to go crazy faster than we all think. Which, if you're in right now, hey, cool. But you know, I don't
like
see
possibility.
If you take the numbers from Testnet so far and apply it to real life, it would be crazy. And I feel like it'd be reasonable to think that, you know, the real Pulsenet is going to get way more attention than, you know, the current version of Testnet that we have. So it's like,
well, nobody wants to play with the Testnet. It's like you get on there one time and then you're like, oh, okay, cool.
And the numbers are still crazy.
I heard there's a lot of people on the testnet actually from like freepulse.io, where they give away that thing. They claim they've had over 200,000 unique users.
Wow.
And I think that they're using like IP addresses, so it's like actual people. Wow. They even remove the extra wallets. They said it was like 200K. So, dude, I think when Pulsechain comes out in like the first 6 months, it could be a million users, like easy.
Yeah. Which Richard says that he's not trying to gauge the bottom, but you know, we're all out here like, sure, Richard, sure, you know, so we don't know if it's true or not.
We've had a flawless experience with the testnet too, like months ago. So from our perspective, it's kind of like it went pretty dang good.
What is that? So what is that, David? Like, what is the reason why? Because we've used testnet since January. So 7-8 months almost at this point. Flawless, hasn't went down. Everything's been great. Why isn't the you know, what's going on? Why hasn't it been released?
Well, Richard just said the other night on Kitco News that if his devs were dumber, we already would have launched, because they found additional bugs that like nobody even knew about. Because the testnet is working great, but there are bugs. And if you find them, you could actually halt the Pulsechain testnet right now if you wanted to.
Okay.
Like you could break it, but nobody knows exactly how, except for Richard and his dev team. So that's why these are like secret bugs that haven't been disclosed.
And you don't want to find one of those bugs when you're freaking main net. That's for sure.
No, totally not. And it is back last year when the Pulsechain testnet first came out, it did freeze one time and it broke. And we had to like restart all the validators and do a patch. So it did like pull a Solana back in the beginning.
Right.
And then they found the bug and fixed it.
So do you think, obviously Richard's going to have the devs on it for years, and you know, obviously it's kind of like Ethereum. But is it going to be as like, you know, 14 devs? Is he going to be doing that? Or do you think he's going to cut down to, you know, I think Ethereum has 5 devs.
That's a really good question, actually. That I don't know. I don't know. I would hope he would keep a bunch of them around, because you can do patches just like Ethereum. Pulsechain can keep getting better and better and better over time. So I hope he does keep a good staff of devs. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like he has high standards for his devs for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And they're well paid too. So I've heard.
Yeah. So the good, what do you think is he says he's got the really hardcore team and not, you know, the softcore team over here. What do you think is the difference? What do you think is they're doing that is different that the hardcore team and the softcore team? What's the difference there that these like this one's really awesome, but this one's awesome, but it's not as awesome?
Because I think there's the original team that's done the Pulsechain testnet this entire time, and then he brought in like the A team, right? And he's got them to like find the bugs in the original one and make it better that nobody thought about, like think outside the box,
right?
So that's what it is. It's like it's like the special forces are like overlooking the guys who've already done a lot of the groundwork, basically.
Right.
I think.
Yeah, I think he did that with Hex too, right? To find audits, he had like two teams kind of fighting each other. I remember him talking about it, which I don't know any coding or anything like that, so I'm not but he said he pretty much had like two teams that were like fighting each other, and that was like how you find out what is good and what's what you should be the best thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like a race. Yeah, they call it the MVP, like a minimum viable product. So like what can you get working? And they race to see and compete. And it probably it makes you work harder. You're in competition, like you're battling against another team. You want to be first, you want to win. So it's inspiration.
Competition.
Maybe hopefully there's a big bonus to whoever wins. That'd be great.
Totally. They deserve it.
What would the bonus be?
I don't know.
Like money, or
they probably get a slice of the 1% wallet. They probably, it's like, here you go, here's whatever, probably get some coins. It would be my guess. Nice. That's what I'd want if I were.
I would appreciate
I don't want cash. I want coins.
Yeah.
I'd want the coins too. I mean, all of us, dude, imagine having the OA address of the Pulse, just a little bit of it, just whatever gets in there. That's what you get.
Infinite gas.
That'd
for
be
generations.
crazy.
Yeah.
Print it out and frame it. That's the OA address, grand.
So are you looking at anything that's being built on top of Pulsechain that you're excited about? Any of these other coins? I don't ever talk about other coins, but I mean, you're the guy that's like we all come to. And it's like, David, is it okay? Is this the one? Is this the one to steal all my money from my wallet or not? And I always tell people, even if David says it, you can't hold you accountable if your wallet ends up, because you don't have time to look at all of their codes and everything. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But if Crypto Coffee comes out, if David comes out and says, oh yeah, I claimed it and everything, and you get drained, that's your fault, dude. Like you can't blame somebody else. Like you have to do do your own research, but like some guy that knows, probably more than you is giving you but if it happens, it happens. You can't help everybody.
You got to check the websites, right? Because maybe somebody makes a fake Hedron page. In my tutorial video, I read the URL like letter by letter. I'm like hedron.pro.
Yep.
If you get sent to a different scam site that looks just like it, but it drains your coins, like I'm sorry, but like I can't help you. There's nothing I can do about that, So there are some other things I'm interested in. I like to dabble. I like to try things out.
Okay.
I love, Hedron is awesome. The new Icosa I'm really excited for. That's coming out, and this is before testnet. A lot of the stuff's coming out on Ethereum first.
Okay.
I got my Pulse Dogecoin. I got that airdrop. I sold some of that. I'm trading some of that. I'm holding some. That's at a new all-time high right now.
Nice.
Maximus is awesome, and they're coming out with new tokens, Team, and like Base, Trio, Lucky, Vessi. So you can do like coins that are hex stakes for different amounts of time. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I kind of like that wait token, where we're going to wait until right before Pulsechain launches, and then you claim it and you get a whole shit ton, and then they might do other things with it.
Yeah, I haven't claimed mine yet. I'm just waiting
until the end.
Either.
Because Richard's going to say, "Hey guys, Pulsechain's coming out in a week, so you can time it just right. It'll be nice and easy."
Right. You think we'll get it? You think that we will get a time before? Are you one of these people that thinks that he'll give us a week, 2 weeks, a month, or something?
Yeah, I think at best he'll give us 2 weeks. And at least he'll give us 3 days.
Okay. So, and you were here. You're a day one guy, right? You're a day one hex.
Oh hex shit, dude! I was watching Richard before he even said the word Bitcoin hex. And then we waited 2 years for hex.
Yes, no, because I'm trying to figure out. I can't remember for the life of me how Richard. because he was doing the whole 4 weeks. It was 5 weeks for a while. Then it was 4 weeks, and then it was like I can't remember how he announced Hex. And remember how he was like December 2nd is going to be the day that Hex releases. I don't remember how like he came about that, because like right now, if Richard said, "Hey, 2 weeks, Hex or Pulse is going to launch," everybody would be like, "Sure, bro, okay, sure,
Got me. Got me.
Yeah, right, bro, right." So I'm because like it had to have been like that when we were.
I don't remember the exact day, but it was just nonchalant in one of Richard's videos. There's like, "All right, guys, we're 2 weeks away. Here it comes." And then I think there was an update on like a countdown on the website. So when the adoption amplifier was going to start.
Yeah.
Right.
Remember it was like 3 or 4 hours late too.
Yes, it was
late.
Yeah. Heading F5. Dude. Like, come on, go to hex.com. Go to hex.com.
It was late. It was like it was supposed to release at like 6 p.m. and didn't release until like 10 or something like that. And we were just like, oh gosh, here we go. And then dude,
he's like, I was in France.
The second that that Hex launched on Telegram, it was like a wave of scammers. Like it was you could see them just like spamming the chat, and it was like, dude, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Wrong contract address because you had to send your Ethereum into the adoption amplifier, so they'd be pasting bad addresses. People were just chunking ETH into them like left and right.
Because that was the biggest day. That was the biggest day for the adoption amplifier. Was the first day, and they knew that's how they could get a bunch of people. Is just by doing it.
Wow.
I put in more than one ETH on that first day.
Oh, you're lucky. It was just that. I put in 50% of my bag on the first day, and then 50% of that, so 25% of my bag on the second day, and then for the rest of the 100 days, because I was like, oh, I'll just put in for the first 100 days. The rest of the 100 days, I put in like, I had to allocate it out, and I was just like, well, that was stupid. That was like the worst. It should have been the opposite. Should have put in 1% for the first 2 days, and then the rest of it. But
I'm right there with you, bro.
Still doing all right.
So many things to look back on,
Well, I mean, and I think Pulsechain's going to see exactly that. There's so much hype. There's so much craziness around it that everybody's like, you're going to see a crazy spike in, Pulse or PulseX on day one, and maybe even Hex. And then day 2 is going to come back down. Yeah, so a lot of people think that all these are gonna. Who knows what's going to happen? People think that E-Hex is going to die and P-Hex is going to go up, but I don't know.
Yeah. Once the bridge opens from Ethereum to Pulsechain, that's when the Ethereum US dollar coin they're going to start flowing in. That's when it's like pump P-Hex, pump Pulse, pump PulseX. Everything's going to pump, pump it. I think Pulse will start higher, like a 5x than what you paid for your SAC. So day one, boom, you're up 5x. Whatever you put into the SAC, you got now 5x.
Really?
Instant.
You think so, huh?
Just like Ethereum. Yep.
Oh, that's what Ethereum? Yeah, and then it died, and then it like V-bottomed, right? But I think with like Pulse and PulseX, like with PulseX being there, I think because a lot of people got into PulseX because they wanted to get into Pulse, but thought they were way too late, which they were too late at that point. But so I think a lot of people I think PulseX is going to do that. I think PulseX is going to freaking dive. Pulse is going to pump because everybody's trading their PulseX for it. And then PulseX will V-bottom hard, like crazy hard. And people aren't even going to be like, they're going to be like, what the heck? Like, I think PulseX will outdo Pulsechain and Hex maybe not in the long run, but in the first year at least. Like after it finds its bottom,
hot take
from the bottom to the top. I think that PulseX will actually do crazier. I think that it'll also go down a lot harder.
That's totally possible. I completely agree. In the beginning, people are going to sell their PulseX to buy Pulse, right? And that's going to go down. Then it's going to make that all-time bottom. And then that'll be the perfect opportunity to buy PulseX. And then it's pretty much up forever because you're going to be able to single side stake it to get all these other coins. You can do cool shit with it. So PulseX is going to be awesome coin. But in the beginning, it will go down versus Pulsechain.
Yep. I agree.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you got any more white belt questions? I know you have.
As far as being a delegator, I don't know very much about being a delegator. So is it like, what are the pros and cons of being a delegator? I guess it would probably depend on the project you're in and the coins you use, obviously. But as far as for Pulse, let's say.
Yeah, so you have to use Pulse.
Mhm.
You can't delegate with any other coins.
Okay, gotcha.
So the only downside is when let's say you vote for my server,
Mhm.
the only downside is you have to wait 24 hours before you can like unlock again and take your coins back.
Okay.
But that's it. You just vote for me. You leave your coins there, and every day we're just every block that my server makes, you get a cut of the fees that I'm mining, and we just mine all day,
Interesting.
forever and ever and ever. And then whenever you want, you come back, you pull all your pulse out plus your rewards. That's it. There's no risk. It can never go down. You can never lose your pulse. It's locked in the smart contract.
It's like a safer way of staking. It's
I was just going to say, that's kind of how Hexo explained it to me. It's almost like a way to stake through another, a person who's basically.
If you don't want to provide liquidity, or if you don't want to provide do the farming, it's the safer way to do those things. Like with the farming and liquidity, you're probably going to make more in gains. But if you want to play it safe, then you just go into the delegating, because delegating is where it's like you just like what I play.
Less volatile, smaller gains.
I plan on playing all of them. But most of if you're only doing, let's say, 10% in farming and 10% in liquidity providing, then the other 80%, if it's just sitting there, it's like, just go delegate it to somebody. Just go give it to somebody that because it's not going to do anything except for give you more, even if it's a small, very small right now. Like we talked about, it's small right now.
Yes,
but in 5 years, guys, the with the deflationary coin, it could be crazier than Ethereum with the fees and stuff.
Interesting.
Bingo. And there's zero risk, because it's you just put your coins in and you pull them out just like Hex. But there's no.
Whereas with farming, you have you risk losing one or the other.
Mm-hmm. Correct. If you farm Pulsechain and Pulsex, as the price of Pulsex goes down versus Pulsechain, you end up with more Pulsex. You're actually selling your Pulsechain while it's going up. So that's why being a liquidity provider has that risk.
Interesting.
You end up with more of the cheap coins in the end.
Duke of Booze, thank you for the $10. Hit the likes. Yeah, hit them, boys. Hit them up. David Federa is here. Hit the subscribe button. Go. You have a channel, right? Are you streaming weekly?
We see you on other people's streams everywhere.
Yeah, I see you everywhere, man.
Yeah, I'm on Maddie's and Tuesdays.
I know you're Maddie's. Yeah,
I do like happy hour. My channel, I don't do anything regular, but I do just random tutorials when something new comes out. Okay. So I did Icosa like last night. I literally just recorded a new video last night. So maybe once I get a bigger space in my own office and like a new spot, then I'll probably stream more often, because right now I'm in like a living room, so it's not ideal.
Oh yeah.
But in the future, I'll do more. But for now, it's just tutorials and like how-tos. That's what I'm really focused on.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I've got the same situation. That's my living room back there. I have to make the family go upstairs like it's Germany in 1942. Make them sit up there and stay quiet. Like, it's Zippermarket on my stream now.
My family just.
They're like, why do we have to be in the closet? Why can't we just be upstairs?
I got my daughter writing her own diary up there. I'm like,
she's right. I love Hex. I love Hex. I love Hex.
So I get it. I totally get it. And I'm the same way. This is, our rent right now. I can't wait for Hex to go up so I can dump some on you guys. Sorry about that.
97 cents. I'm gonna dump on all your heads so hard.
So, but I mean, everybody gets their chance to dump. There's enough dumping for everybody. Eventually, once you go on the right long enough timeline, everybody. That's what I try to tell people.
Well, that's why everybody's angry. The people that are angry are the people that didn't get a sell. They were the ones that held it, and they were like, or they bought at the top, and then they're angry. And it's like, dude, everybody. I'm guessing David. Like we just told you, the first day ones. We didn't see a profit for, I don't even think the first year. Did we even see a profit for the first? It was like
later in the year. Yeah. Like once we hit that penny and I cried like a little bitch. Yeah. That was
dude, it was good. It was the best thing. I think it was like the best. You remember that? Did you see it, Explosive? He paid off his student loan.
I do remember that. You did that testimonial.
Yeah. That was the first time I ever saw you. That was like when you
Richard shouted that out too. Richard shouted you out too for that.
Well, it was like his first thing. It was like him coming out of the crypto closet.
Yeah, because I was watching you
really?
every day, bro. Every day,
Yep.
Hexologist. I saw you even before you had a cam on YouTube. I remember when it was just the
Oh
screen,
yeah, it
right?
was the yeah,
You
yeah.
weren't
like,
even
It was
on
like
there
hello,
yet.
it was the
welcome
fake
to Hex
doctor.
News Live.
Yeah, it was like
It
it was
was
the
like
winter of
some
2019. Like, yeah, man, I
Yep.
remember
I
watching
remember
that
that
shit
too.
every day. You were the first, so I was
Yeah.
there for that, man. That's
Yeah,
where it all began.
I remember. It was great. And now we're here. Now we're here.
Now,
Could you imagine our lives would have turned out like this in the last 2 years? I know
No,
I
yeah.
didn't. This is
we
Oh,
talk
blew my
about it all the
expectations
time.
out of the water.
I know. And everybody that's worried and nervous and stuff, like just listen, like, dude, we were totally different 2 years ago. You know, it was like our lives, and it takes that long. It
Yeah.
takes that long. You
Yeah.
know, like people thinking that they bought the lottery ticket, you know, for the $1.2 billion payout last night. It's like, you know, one person changed their life, not everybody. But guess what? In this, it's like if you hold long enough and you're staked and you know how to kind of, you know, you're watching and stuff, you will most likely change your life.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
no financial advice, but
Yeah, you got a dollar cost average, like today's payday,
Yes.
right? Like it's the 30th of the month. Everybody got their paychecks. Great.
Yep.
If you just crack off $500 and you put it in, and then next 2 weeks, your next paycheck, $500, $500, $500. Do that for 2 years. You'll be just like us. Like that's how we do it. Yeah.
and
Well,
then
it's helped
I always tell
Hexo.
people, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say it's
Mhm.
helped you and I actually be honest about the things that we can actually cut out of our regular day to day that accumulates to a bigger sum at the end of the month,
Right.
which accumulates at the end of a year with your cost dollar averaging to a reasonable investment. You know,
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's how you do it.
Yeah. And I always say if you're going to dollar cost average in, then dollar cost average out. Don't be an idiot that's selling $1 million every,
Yes.
you know, and draining your bag because you finally made that $1 million. You know, it's like that $1 million is going to last you. You know, you're 35 years old. That $1 million is going to last you 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah.
You know, and if you get
Richard's
crazy,
wearing that on
probably
his wrist.
yeah. Well, I mean, and then you're gonna try. You know, I got $1 million. I could buy this Louis Vuitton. It's only $10,000, and you got this, and you got this, and it's like my $1 million after I paid for taxes. Yeah, you buy a house. You know, you start. You know, you try to. With that money, you're gonna have to live mediocrely, even if you know, $1 million is nothing. But dollar cost average out. You know, take a little bit off, like we've always said with the ladders, taking you know, your money off, and then when that money starts being able to pay you, so you don't have to work anymore, then it's like, okay, even at these prices, if 3 cents, you can still pay yourself enough money to live off of for a month. Like that's where, you know, I try to live like pretty frugally. Yes, and it's like. You don't get crazy and buy, you know, the Lamborghinis. And I mean, you can do whatever you want with your money. I don't care. But like you might find yourself, you know, going back to work in the next year when it hits 3 pennies, like a lot of these guys. And then you're angry. A lot of these guys are angry. Like they're, you know, they're flashing.
A lot of guys right now.
And it's like, guys, you
should be loving life right now. Enjoy yourself.
You didn't set yourself up correctly. Even if, you know,
even at today's price, one T-share pays about 33 cents a day.
Right.
You know, like a week ago was a quarter. So every T-share is a quarter. So if you got 4 T-shares, that's $1 every day. It pays you every day. You're stacking Hex, you're stacking cash, right? T-shares is king. Like,
and if you have a 10-year stake, that's
a lot of days.
10-year stake, times that by 3,650.
Well, if you say, let's say, because you get 3x. So if you stay, or if you have $300, you got 25 cents. Let's say you have $300. It's 25 cents a day for a T-share. In a year, that's paying you back if you staked it for 10 years. So you're going to get that back in a year. You're going to have to wait 10 years to get it all back. But and hopefully the price is, you know, that low. Well, maybe not. Hopefully it's not.
It'll be above $1 in 10 years.
Right? Yeah,
bro.
It better be.
Oh yeah.
But so it's. You know, it's delaying your gratification. You know, we always talk about it, but I feel like maybe this new generation doesn't see it. Like, I feel, do you kind of feel like that? The new generation of Hexicans, I feel like, doesn't get the delayed gratification as well as the old guys. And this is no hate to any of the guys that are coming in. I just feel like
the basic principles of Hex and Richard and, you know.
Yeah, we were always talking about, you got to stake this for 10 years. We got to stake this for, you know, a ladders at least. But the new, maybe it's not, but this is what I see. It's like not a lot of staking going on. Like everybody kind of, oh, I'm gonna stake it for 6 months. It's like that's not how we got rich, guys. We didn't get rich for staking it for 6 months. We got rich because we staked it for 10 years, 5 years, and those are our biggest stakes. The ones that are coming out now, it's like, oh, okay, I made a good amount of money, but that's not our big portion of the
small
betting.
fraction.
It's 10, 15 years that are like, that was, and all these guys were like, these OGs, they have all the hex and all that. It's like, yeah, because they stake. I mean,
5.
Yeah, we
That
almost
draft
have
cards
3 year
from the
stakes
90s.
coming out, guys. You don't realize how hard it is to stake for 3 years and hold on to it. Like, stake your stuff for 3 years and see if you can hold on to it for that long. I hope everybody is at least staking, but I feel like it's a new generation. Everybody wants a lottery ticket. Everybody saw us, what we did, and then they're like, oh, well, I can't do that anymore, so I just got to keep it liquid. It's like, no, we made it by staking, and that's how we made our money, guys. So.
Exactly. And I see it in Staker app all the time. When you click on like global statistics, you see people a 1 week stake, 30-day stake, 2 week stake.
Yeah.
Like, what are these baby stakes?
Yeah.
What are you guys doing? Like, you're wasting your gas
Could you
money.
imagine staking for a month, like in day like 10 or whatever? It was like, what are you gonna make? Oh, you're gonna make 7,000 hex? Great, dude. What did you make? Like $17? Cool.
You're just
like,
practicing using the network or what?
For real.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Because like the million hex that Ski Cat gave me for the tattoo, freaking 5,555, bro.
Yep.
So now when I look at that thing in my Staker app, it's like a fucking morttage. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like that's gonna pay my house someday. In 15 years, this thing's my mortgage is done. So I love it, but I can't touch it now.
Wait. Yeah, you just gotta wait.
Yeah.
It's like your
Ski Cat, wherever you are.
Love
you, Ski Cat. Wherever you are,
everybody
bro.
misses him.
I haven't talked to him since January, so he hasn't been around. I feel
you've been worried about him from time to time.
I have been worried about him. Last time I talked to him, he said he had COVID, was really sick, but then he got over it. But he said,
I met a guy in Vegas who said he knows him in real life and says he's a great dude and he's cool. That was back in March, so.
Oh, cool.
I hope he's doing good.
Awesome nice, he is an awesome dude. I've talked to him on the phone for hours, and he's he's an awesome dude. So what do you think is going to be so let's say he gives us 2 weeks. Richard gives us 2 weeks, says Pulsechain is releasing. What do you think the price is going to do with Hex? Do you think that it's going to be exploding? Do you think it's going to be people like, remember on the big payday, we all thought it was going to blow up and we were just going to continue, and it was like, and we're like, what the hell? You remember that? It was just like, what are you?
I had to restake, and then we got paid
30% out. We got like 30%, and everybody thought they were going to get 3x of their. There was so much turmoil for like 6 months, and then we go back
before
up.
penny days.
I remember you. I watched you buy the dip at 0.002 on that day. You're like, "Yep, I'm buying." I was buying a red candle, guys. Click.
Yep.
Like, dude.
Yeah. Why would you? Everybody's, nice. I buy red candles. I don't freaking buy green candles.
Pulsechain will do the same thing to Ethereum Hex. It's gonna, as soon as Richard said Pulsechain 2 weeks, pump it, and then once the fork happens, once the snapshot happens, and it's locked in. And then you log into Pulsechain and you see your wallet, there will be people who are going to dump all their EHEX, and then they're going to bridge whatever they want over. So there will be some EHEX dumping once Pulsechain comes out, in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay. And do you think so what I tell people, people want to know what stables, and I tell people DAI. Only reason I tell people DAI is because that's what the Sacrifice wallet did with theirs. They have it all into DAI, and it's like 300 million. I'm like, if the Sacrifice wallet is doing that, that's what I feel safest with. You know what I mean? And I don't know, I wouldn't leave it in USDC just because whatever, I don't like third-party entities, but I know that they have they're probably the most trusted, right?
I think so, in my opinion. Yes. Right. I'm a Coinbase customer. I've even got the Coinbase debit card, and I use US dollar coins. So I can, let's say I sell some Hex, I got US dollar coins, I send it to Coinbase, and I can go down to the store, and I can just go to the grocery store, just swipe in US dollar coins. I get 1% cash back in Ethereum.
Really?
Yeah. So I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Now for Circle, the guys who run USDC, they publish their reports of what they have. It's like, hey, we got a bank account with this much cash and we've got all these treasury bonds. And they're literally sitting on like cash equivalent stuff. So they're cool. DAI is okay. The SAC wallet likes it. It is backed by USDC. It's also backed by Tether and backed by Ethereum. So it's okay. That one's fine too. Tether alone, fucking scam. There's nothing backing that. They print that out of nothing. It's
I've heard that for a long time. I knew that one was don't be using Tether.
Don't.
What about
so high everywhere too?
What is I think it's TUSD. I think Funding Jim's been talking about. Yeah, Funding Jim's been talking about true TUSD for a while, and I've never messed with it. And I'm not the stable coins guy, but I don't. He talks so highly about it. I'm like,
I've heard of it. It's been around. It's held its peg, but I don't know how it works. I don't know anything about it either. I've never tried it. I don't know where you cash it out. It's like, where do you redeem that for $1? Right? That's right. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm with you with the USDC. I love Coinbase. It's always been easy, but with the the rumblings around where Coinbase, with the
a lot of fun on them right now. Yeah. They're getting attacked by the SEC. Like Gary Gensler's trying to steal their money. So they're in a rough spot right now. So so for me, I don't have too much USDC right now, either in my Coinbase debit card or just in my Ethereum wallet.
Right.
I'm trying to go mostly crypto right now because there is some strong FUD around those guys.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and it's the bottom. Well, who knows if it's the bottom of crypto, but we've done a 95%. We've done a 95% dip. So it's like, I mean, you think it's going to go up from here? Or do you think more down from here? Or
called the bottom yesterday? Trayvon James.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He called it on Bitcoin. He's looking at the technicals and the charts. He's like, guys, I think the bottom's in. So he just went bullish. And he's usually not bullish, just like he said in his own show. So that makes me a little bullish. I kind of like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I love
I'm always bullish, but every time I make a prediction, I'm wrong. So I try not to say anything. You know what I mean? I just say like, Hexo, wouldn't it be cool if? And then we think like, well, it's possible. And then that's good enough for me.
I feel like that happens to everybody though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you go buy some Pulse Dogecoin right now at like $5.75, you buy it, it's going to go down. Right. If you don't buy it, it's going to $6.
Yeah.
That's just how it works, man. The market screws all of us.
Yeah. Very true. Very true.
We got Pulsechain Hex Game saying, I don't think there's been enough pain yet. Well, I mean, maybe not for us. And we've went down 95%. So I don't know what you mean by pain. But I mean, dude, look at everybody. Look at Celsius. Look around us. Bitcoin. There has been a lot of pain. We haven't experienced it because we haven't had to be like, watching things freaking tumble. And Bitcoin
plus
might be
the daily payout helps.
But Bitcoin is one of those that I would just love to see extreme pain while everything else goes up. And I'm not a hater, but it's like
the people have been rude.
They've been rude.
I mean, we all
disrespectful.
I want to see Max Kaieser and Michael Saylor cry with each other, giving each other a hug, kiss it out or whatever. So, just to watch that.
That's the bottom. That'll be the bottom.
That'll be the bottom. Mount Gox still needs. Well, dude, Mount Gox thing. People will say this. It's like, dude, we've heard about the Mount Gox coins literally since the last time. So it's like, and plus 140,000 Bitcoin. It is a lot. Don't get me wrong, but like, how many did Elon have? Right? He had a couple of $1 billion, and it really didn't do anything to the price. They have so much liquidity right now that it's like, it could take it down 20-30%, but that's $15,000 Bitcoin or whatever. So,
can I ask who Elton John was on the Bitcoin stage who was yelling at Elon?
that was Max Kaieser.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
F you, Elon! F you, Elon!
We're not selling. God. We're not selling. It's like, oh my God, Max.
When he was probably selling on top of Michael
Saylor.
He was dumping on Michael Saylor.
It'd be perfect. Yeah. Perfect plan.
He's like, we're not selling, right? Right, Michael? Right, Michael Saylor? We're not selling.
Text his phone real quick.
Yeah, dump it. This idiot's buying.
Yeah, because I remember back in the day, that's one of the first ways I ever found Richard. Richard was on the Max Kaieser show years ago, way back in 2016.
I remember it.
They were talking about the Bitcoin Cash fork.
The Russia. What's
Russia Times, RT. Yep,
RT.
Max was on there.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Yeah. and they were pissed. They were both shitting on Bitcoin Cash. They're both like, it sucks. This is going to be crap. Like real Bitcoin's the real Bitcoin. Like that's what they were saying back then. Yeah. But Max stayed on that path. And then Richard obviously invented Hex and Pulsechain. And it is what we are today. We're like a split off splinter cell of that old group.
Right.
Wow.
Well, remember the Max Kaieser used to travel around with, I can't remember who was the actor promoting Dash. He did like a whole world tour of it. Max Kaieser did. He was promoting Dash back in the day with I can't remember who's the guy that shot some lady on set a couple of weeks ago.
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, it was one of the Baldwins, I believe.
Really?
Yeah. He like traveled around. He like traveled around America trying to support Dash and like tried to shill it. Yeah.
Oh my God! Wow. Wow. I had Dash going a long time ago.
Oh yeah, Dash was great. Because it was fast. I mean, dude, Bitcoin Cash. If I was going to choose one, I would actually choose Bitcoin Cash because it's like it's cheap. It does what it says it's gonna do. Fast. It seems like it's fast. It's got really, it's like that's what Bitcoin was supposed to be, and now it's just getting murdered. It's like Bitcoin Cash is dead. Same with Bitcoin. Yeah. What is Bitcoin Cash 2? What was Satoshi's Vision? What a cringe name.
That was such a scam. That was so bad.
That was
Craig Wright is an idiot.
Yeah.
God.
Yes, it was great. It was great.
I love hearing these stories about the
old crypto days. It was great.
The wild west.
Well, that's the thing is everybody's going to have these stories from when they see it now. It's like they just continue to keep going on. I mean, people are talking about. We like to hear like. Can't gather around the fire with our blanket and cocoa and
that's how I
hear
feel
about
right
2012 Bitcoin. Tell us more, Richard. Tell us more.
That's how I feel.
And he opens the book, let me tell you about 2012 Bitcoin.
That's
Were
awesome.
you alive when Ethereum was $40?
Tell us again. Tell us the story again. Dude, well, Ethereum was $80 just a couple of years, like when we were in Hex, it was $80 on the show. We watched it go the COVID dip to $80.
Yep.
And it was like, dang, $80 freaking Ethereum. It was great. And then you see it go up to $5,000. Yeah. Yeah. It was great.
It's a sweet ride. And Hex even better.
Oh yeah, it's always better. Yeah, you tell people you're like, I did a 10,000x. You're like, what? You're like, yeah. If you would have put $1 on the bottom and sold it at the top, you would have $10,000. You're just like, what? If you would have put $100 in, guys, $100 at the bottom to the 100, that's $1 million at the top. Right. That's crazy. That's without staking.
I thought I was smart. I put in $750 and I pulled out $35K. I thought I was a genius, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And okay, so here's a good one. What do you think about the outrage marketing Richard's doing? Everybody, there's complaining, there's hatred, there's likes, there's some people that like it. What is your?
So I actually was the guy who got Richard on Kitco News with David Lynn.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
I private messaged David Lynn. Yeah, the first time last year. Yeah. Awesome. I was like, yo, David Lynn, man, I watch your shit every day. Like, get Richard on there. And he replied, he's like, yeah, sure, great. And then he's like, give me Richard's email. And I linked them up in like a DM. And that's how it happened. So, I mean, at the Pulse Online conference a couple weeks ago, Richard was like, that was too cringe, bro. That was too much cringe. I had to face palm watching. I'm literally like, oh, fuck.
Wait, Richard, which one was this? Pulse Online conference?
Yeah, Pulse.
With Maddie Allen.
Yep. Okay, Pulse conference that online. Yeah. That was awful. I mean, Maddie had to edit it out. He had to clip Richard out at the end. It was so bad, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I only saw him go up to level 3. That was, and then and then it was gone. It was off the internet. It was deleted.
I was like, was it hand injuries or?
No, he busted out a fucking tape measure. Like, what?
Gotcha.
He's like, I'm gonna wrap this around my wrist. It's about as thick as my wrist. Let's see how this.
He's like, you guys want to see my new watch?
Dude, no. So I'm glad it's over, man. Like, the Red Bull stuff it's got to go, in my opinion. I'm done with that part because Richard, he could do other outrageous things. Just that one venue and he played it out. The meme was funny.
Yeah,
it's over. Pick a new meme.
Right. Hopefully the mission was complete. Now you got a new mission.
Yeah, I mean that's
how I looked at it.
it's kind of, I always say it's why we know who the Logan Pauls and what is the other one? The Paul brothers. It's why we know who they are. I've never watched their show. I didn't know who they were. I thought they were their crazy idiots that are just, running around. But now they've came back. They did a full circle where it's fights, now they're like, now it's, we watch their fights. It's like, oh, I want to see these idiots get, but then they come back, they do like a 180 and they turn into these people that like now Logan Paul has the biggest podcast bigger than Joe Rogan's now. Damn. I've never watched it, but you scroll through TikTok, you see it. You see it all the time. Yeah, he has the biggest podcast right now.
Holy shit. Wow. Okay.
So
impressive.
Yes. So, and he's totally changed who he is. He's not this guy that's doing stupid, outrageous things. He's more of got like a respectable, he's got, got people on that are weird or whatever, strippers or porn stars sometimes.
I saw him talk like Mr. Wonderful, like Kevin O'Leary, doing like financial talk, talking about money and business. Yep. So I think Richard could do the same thing. Like eventually the outrage will fade away and everybody will realize Richard really is a financial genius. And this has all been true the whole time. And then he'll just be a fucking legend. Like then he'll just be somebody everybody looks up to, as they should.
And and one of the things, that it was with The Rock. He bought The Rock, that Richard bought the diamond.
The Rock. That Rock, the biggest diamond in the world.
Whatever.
So funny.
Well, like, what's his name? Logan Paul bought the most expensive Pokemon card and he wears it around his neck as a chain.
Oh my God.
And so like, that's his outrage. Like I can see the comparability where he's doing things that's like, he sees that this actually got this guy at views. Like I'm not saying I like the whole my PP and the Red Bulls.
There's some people that apparently do. You know what I mean? It's like
it does get people to watch him, and it's like you get him because it's like, oh, this guy's talking about his wiener. Who's this idiot? And then you stay for like, oh shit, this guy's brilliant. Jack Levin said it the best. He's like, yeah, I turned off, like if I could turn off the screen and I listen to him, he's a genius. But you turn on the screen, you look at him, he looks like a scammer, and it's like it's outrage marketing at its best right there.
Plus, it's like, how much are you willing to be cool with in order to listen to like the smartest dude in crypto? It's like, how much are you going to let get in the way of?
It's a balancing act for sure. Then it becomes all memes and all freaking stupidity. And then
I mean it in a sense of like, if you're gonna say you dislike Richard, you it would still benefit you greatly to listen to him as far as crypto goes. So it's like, what really are you going to pay attention to when it comes to the big picture?
Like for me personally, it doesn't really matter what Richard does. I'll always watch. I'll always be there. Like I don't care what he does or says. It's hysterical. Like
we enjoy it.
Yeah, it's like we don't care. Like we're bored anyway. We're waiting 15 fucking years. Like who cares? Like
But I could see where people are getting like, I can't send my mom to his channel.
No.
Or my grandma, or or anybody I onboard, and unless it's like, hey bro, like they got to be my age or younger, and
you got to give it a rated R warning.
And and be like, dude, like I've onboarded, a dude that he's pretty close to me, and it's just like, you might want to check out Hodl Dog. Hodl Dog.
Bedrock Crypto.
Bedrock Heartbeat. Yep.
But then they see it's bigger, you see it's Richard, and you're like, he's crazy, but
I'm telling my daughter,
he's very, very smart. So I don't know. There is a limited demographic. Exactly. That's why I think that it's great that he hopefully it's starting to come around.
Everybody, you know what I mean? Maybe.
Yes.
Puts his hand in all of it. Well, that's an hour. David, thank you so much, dude. We are excited. Well, I'm more excited about Pulsechain now that I've talked to you than ever.
For sure.
Excellent.
I feel spoiled getting to talk to you, everybody here.
And I just want to say, this has been literally a bucket list item of mine, man. Like Hexo, you are a legend, right? You helped build this community. You were here before anybody else. So I just want to say thank you for having me on. This is truly an honor. I can die
true
a happy
blue,
man
Hexo,
now.
True blue.
Yeah, man, you are a legend.
He really is. He really is.
In the religion of Hexico, Richard is God. You're his right hand man, and I consider myself his left hand man.
You're the Saint Michael.
Yeah, you're number 2 and I'm number 3, so I love it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, do you guys have? If anybody has any questions for David, go ahead and shoot them over, and we will. That's like, yeah. We don't.
Yeah,
Really
I got
have
nowhere to go.
anything.
It's
You got?
Saturday.
Do you got any?
Chilling.
I know. I try to keep them an hour because after an hour, people start to trail off on views, and I love these. These need to be seen. You know what I mean? It's like these need to be.
Plus,
seen
you got
by
a lot of
people,
them ahead of you.
Yeah, and
Right.
3 hours, dude. Like, I love when people, Richard or something, but a lot of these videos that people do that are 3 hours, it's like, I'm not watching that one.
It's a lot.
It's too long. Yeah.
Even me and Maddie, Tuesday night, like 3.5 hours. And it's like, for me, it's like past midnight and I got work the next day. Like, it's a lot. Yeah. It's a bit of work.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. And your last show in 2 years from now is going to be my birthday. So,
really?
I don't know if you're having
It's
like some
my
kind of big
daughter's
party for your
birthday,
last
too.
stream or something. Like you did
Maybe
for
we should have
your last
Yeah.
555, but we should have some kind of party and
we should do it
something.
live.
It's my daughter's
yeah.
birthday too. What are the odds, dude?
Oh man, January
Look at
10th.
that.
What a great day. Yeah.
Weird.
That's
weird.
awesome. So
I'm feeling a pub.
Vote
coming up.
for
That's how weird
Fedor.
this all is.
Vote for Fedor. Yeah, vote for Fedor. Dude, we gotta put posters up. We gotta
Oh, dude.
somebody's
some
gotta make a
t-shirts.
sticker. Vote for Fedor.
Oh, let me write this down.
that'd be awesome.
Vote for Fedor.
That'd be
Yeah,
fun.
man. I appreciate
where's
everybody's support
Kareem?
out there.
Yeah, where is Kareem? Somebody asked in the chat. Anybody seen Kareem?
Kareem the Dream.
Or
I
Sir
see him on
Hodel.
Twitter. He's around.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah, he ain't going anywhere. He's working for Staker App, doing his thing.
Okay. Could you ask David what his best fiat on-ramp option would be to buy Pulsex without sacrificing any liquid hex?
It depends where you live, but if you're an American, Coinbase is my primary, and then I buy US dollar coins. Gemini is my backup, and I buy Gemini dollars. And then you're going to bridge those into Pulsechain, and then you can buy Pulsex.
Okay. There you go. You guys heard it here first. That I've thought about, and I've told people, because Coinbase, there's a lot of FUD around it.
Yes.
Started, Gemini and Bitstamp are like the other two that I would start looking into, making an account at least.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, if it's free to make an account, please do.
Yeah.
Gemini is my backup. God forbid Coinbase cuts me off or something. I'm still in and out,
you're able to,
Got to have a backup.
Let's call ourselves Schlong Hats with Captain Heart. Okay. That was too spooky in the chat.
Hexo is like
Burgundy
our
will
own
read the
personal
prompter.
Burgundy. I know.
He
He will read
whatever you type
anything you
in the
guys
chat,
do.
people. Please
Yeah,
stop.
guys,
He
I
reads
can't.
everything.
I do.
I've
'Cause
done it
it's
to the point where it stopped being funny to me anymore. 'Cause I was like, all right, I got to stop.
Yeah, you guys got me kicked off of the first time on my channel. My first channel got ruined by the guys because I was like,
Got
what
a
do you
nasty
mean?
email.
Coca-Cola and the other girl, it was like Coca-Cola. Let's just say, I'm like, well, I read that, and then literally 2 seconds later, bam. Then they,
Just
like,
standing
well,
there.
okay, that was good. That was a good run. That was a good run. The D Live days, the old, we talk about the D Live days like it was
The Ninja
50
Kidney.
years ago.
Oh, hey, you should really connect your YouTube channel to Odyssey as a backup.
It is.
Oh, perfect. Good. Because it'll auto download your stuff. And even if you get killed in YouTube, at least you're still alive on Odyssey.
Yeah.
Like poor Tangent, dude, he's just Odyssey, man. He's done with YouTube.
Really?
They got him too many
Really?
times. He's done. Yeah. But you
Well,
can stream live stream now over on Odyssey.
Oh, you can.
Yeah, it works. It works just like YouTube.
Well, he just needs to start up a new YouTube because that's what Richard told me. He was like, I'm like, what should I do? He's like, just start another one. They're not going to do like, this is another one, guys. I got kicked off of YouTube already. This is the next one.
This is V2.
Yeah, this is V2 Hexo. It's just like you just lay low for a while. They had no reason to kick me off. I'm not like doing anything crazy.
You're one of the more
That's
wholesome
like-
people on the YouTube
Well, thank you. Well, thank you.
industry
But
platform.
Except for that.
what's
damn
wrong
prompter.
with Solana? Well, if it could ever stay up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just need to stop reading the teleprompter, guys.
Optimus Prime. Percent
Is that why getting Hexo to read everything? Yes, you guys get me to read everything, and then because it's
Don't
like
do it.
you can't be looking at
It's right
something.
there, the
Richard
screen.
looks at something for like a couple of seconds before he answers it. I just go down the thing thinking you guys are wholesome people, and you guys got me talking.
You're like, thanks, Seymour Butts. You're like, Seymour Butts.
Nobody's seen more butts than you. Oh, geez, guys, stop. Yeah, you guys get me to say some crazy stuff, and then I'm like, great. I'm glad this family show's turned into this.
Don't ever change, Hexo. We love it.
Thank you, David. Thank you. All right, well, that's it, guys. Don't look like anybody has any questions. We'll be here every day for the next 500 and something. It's 528 more days. So I'm glad we got David on here. He's a great man, great person to have in the community. And if you guys ever have any questions about if the airdrop is legit or not, hey, we got David there.
Yeah, hit me up.
Giving the information. So
yeah, we love free money here at Hexico. We love it.
Yeah, we love it. Yeah. If you're going to if you're going to give us any money, or if you're going to release a coin, please airdrop it. Don't do the sacrifices, right?
Yeah, no more sacks. No more sacks.
No more sacks.
Even Richard's wallet, that's going to be a tough sack. It's like, oh my god, for a MetaMask competitor, I got a sack for a wallet coin. Come on, like.
Do you think that's going to be before or after the release of Pulsechain?
Maybe that's
after. It should be after.
You think it after?
Yeah, the sack that sack should happen on Pulsechain.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
interesting.
All right, guys. Well, it was great seeing you guys, and we will be back tomorrow. See you guys.